Welcome back, guys, to Yeah the Girls, brought to you by Gatorade's new Fast Twitch energy drink. We have a massive episode today, a really exciting episode. We'll have our special guest, Meg Mack, who has announced her retirement. We can't wait to sit down with her and chat all things footy, life, her in general. We love celebrating our Meggie girl, so we can't wait to hear from her. We'll obviously chat a little bit about the Bulldogs game, the win on the road in Ballarat with torrential rain on the ground, so that was an interesting one. Our MVQ, we'll do our Queen of the Week. We won't do a full update because we'll keep everyone guessing for our BNF surprise winner. And then we'll touch on our final home and away game against Melbourne here at GMHBA Stadium. But first, girls, what hit your Twitch this week?
Might kick us off. I actually travelled to Ballarat with Meg on the weekend just gone, and I was sort of sitting in the car and I had a moment, I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to travel with Meg to a game. And it was, well, high probability. So it was actually, like just sitting there reflecting it, enjoying her company, enjoying her tunes, and just, you know what she's like, the way she speaks. So it was just, a really beautiful moment that I reflected on, and I thought I'm really going to remember that. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
That.
I feel like we might all have a bit of a common theme for our Twitch this week. I couldn't go past not just that it was Meg's 75th game, but seeing her play back to just everything that I epitomise Meg to be, her intercepts, her voice. I still remember at one stage she was yelling at Becky and I'm like, what have you dropped? And so I thought, oh my goodness, there she is, our girl. She's directing us from behind.
It
was fantastic.
It's like, Gigi, get on her. And you had a player and I was like, Becky's player. And I'm hustling back.
I think she did one too where like, I don't know, stuffed a mark up or whatever. She's like, we all need to listen to each other. And I was like, okay, we really do.
But truly, it was so special, and I feel like there was so much of a release to just go out and play the way that we know that she can play, and then sharing that in the rooms afterwards, and even seeing, I know that Mem, her beautiful mum, was so pumped. We got to sing the song together, so everything about that, it was just really special.
Oh, that hit my Twitch this week too, girlies. I do want to throw in a mention though of Mem. Speaking of her, she accepted my request to follow her on Instagram. So that was another highlight of my week that I've made sure we've let Meg know.
I would love to see for our Twitch next week, if Mem is listening, you have a post.
Yeah,
you have to
put a post on the feed. Thank you.
Yeah,
a post on the feed.
We've given you some content, so we'll be keeping an eye out for that.
No, it was such a great weekend, girls. We can roll straight into that game against the Bulldogs. First of all, obviously, the conditions on the ground. It was a bit like a swimming pool out there. I'm sure if everyone that was tuning in watched, saw it themselves. But we just embraced the conditions, didn't we?
I don't know about you girls, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
So much fun. When I was actually coming out the race at first, I was trying to tiptoe around the initial puddle that was there, thinking, I'll just get past this point. And in the end, I thought, this is ridiculous. So I actually purposely just went for a massive run, jumped, splashed, got myself completely in the elements. But it was such a fun experience. I haven't had that you would have a bit more, Becky, you know, playing footy in Ballarat. But I mean, I started as we know when I was like 20 years old up on the Gold Coast. I hadn't even played a wet weather game before I moved to Geelong. So having something like that, I'd never experienced that before.
I love that. It did give me flashbacks to like 14-year-old me playing with the boys in thick mud on a cricket pitch somewhere in Benalla. But no, it was such good memories of playing football in that sort of conditions. I don't know.
I think like Becky and I just reflected on it earlier and we were saying how like the anxiety was almost taken away from you because it was like you've got to do what you can in these conditions. Yeah. And honestly, I think that's why it was so enjoyable and so fun. Obviously, yes, we'd love to play on a dry deck and have our normal footy game and whatever, but once in a blue moon, it actually wasn't that bad to play in.
I love that. We obviously touched on Meg and what an amazing game she had. 75 games for the club for a career is super, super exciting, and to sort of run out with her, having that leadership behind us. We had Rach come back into defence as well. It really sort of felt, you know, homely in a way, like
connected.
That connection and that leadership down there was great. And as you said, for her to come out, take those contested marks, hit those kicks in that condition, I think that was a massive standout for me. Her ability to hit those kicks And as we all know, she's a great kick. So she is a great kick.
Yeah,
so it was amazing.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And there was a lot of great performances on the weekend. We spoke about matchups during our pre-game and a lot through the week previously, and Nina had a big role on Blackburn, and she just did that phenomenally. She got our player of the week this week as well. And not only did she keep Blackburn to a low amount of disposals and impact, but also she impacted the game herself and was able to, make a huge, huge impact on the game. And just her contested work all day was awesome, I thought.
15 tackles.
Yeah, we can't shy away from the 15 tackles.
We said to her yesterday when we sat down, we said, do you feel like Kiara Bowers? Is that who it is? From Fremantle, who usually gets like upwards of 20 tackles. So I completely agree. Huge game from her. I want to shout out Spud's been going a long time. Waiting for her opportunity to hit the scoreboard, and she did it on her left foot. Yes. Also AMAC,
AMAC too,
as well on her left, but Spuddy was pretty pumped with that one.
I think I was pretty pumped for her too. I was like, finally, yes.
I know.
Spuddy.
After all that hard work rate that she does week in, week out, and to get on the back of a goal was amazing. I think all of us were quite fatigued, so we were yelling from the top of the 50, good on you, Spud! Good on you, Spud! Because it was just the legs were getting a bit fatigued at that point.
I know. And you can't go past Jackie Parry. Her awesome. Marking. You wouldn't have even known that it was a wet day, a wet ball. So her body work, I think in the end, it'd be interesting to see how they actually tally the contested marks, because it didn't have her quite as
work before she
do all the work beforehand, but it really is always in a contested scenario where she has to take care of her oppo to get her time and space, and to finish it was just safe hands. And Gunj, you had some massive ones throughout the day as well.
I actually said, Jackie came up to me, she's like, oh, you're marking him like you're in the dry. I was like, babe, have you looked in the mirror? Like, you've seriously marked like 7 in the like it's dry. So she was pivotal as well. Darbs took that awesome contested mark, which is mark of the year. Get on it, vote for it. But which was a really good time in the game where we really needed some control. So some great efforts on the weekend, I thought.
As you said, girls, super fun to play in a condition like that, and hopefully the weather's a little bit nicer on Saturday for us, which I think it's meant to be, but it was always good fun. We'll have a quick break and get Meggie on to chat all about Meggie. Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Start fast with zero sugar, over 100 milligrams of caffeine and electrolytes. Are you ready to hit the Twitch? Available in cool blue, grape and strawberry lemonade. Proud sponsors of Yeah the Girls podcast. All right, guys, as we mentioned earlier, it's such a special episode today, and we are joined with our captain, Meg Mack. Darling, how does it feel to be on the podcast again? You are no stranger to the Yeah the Girls, and we've had an emotional couple of days with you, but, we're super excited to be celebrating such an amazing career of yours, and we can't wait to see what's next for you, but a lot of reflection over the last couple of days.
So much reflection. I actually think that I'm learning that one of the biggest things in retiring is like the sort of mental admin that you have to do when tick it off, and I've got to process a lot of emotion, make a lot of calls, tick a lot of things off, but and a wonderful time to reflect. And it was honestly really, obviously I knew I was retiring. I'm sure plenty of people knew I was retiring when I played my 75th game, but that was a beautiful time to celebrate and reflect, and you sort of, I think you can be a bit dismissive of the milestones when you're playing them. So that's a note for Gunji this weekend. Big girl, let's go.
It's about Meg here.
Thank you. Until people from throughout your time in footy reach out and you realise exactly how many people have influenced you, and hopefully you've influenced in the community that you get to be part of by playing this awesome game. And how does it feel to be back on the pod? I feel like hopefully when, announcements are made and my many accolades are listed, like
Catterboxes.
Catterboxes.
I love it.
I was trying to think of what it was called when we first started it, and I just have a clear picture.
I was going to say, the girls.
It was Catterboxes with Phoebe McWilliams as well, and the 4 of us are on a couch downstairs outside the gym in our Christmas, because it was over the summer. I remember we were all in our Christmas colours, and that was the birth of the women's podcast. There you go. You've already touched on a bit of it, Meg, but you've obviously gone through telling your nearest and dearest, your family, your friends, the group, coming to terms with it yourself. How does it feel? So it's been 24 hours since since you've shared it with the group and it will be coming out by the time this podcast is out. How are you feeling?
I feel that's a big question. I feel great. I feel great now. There's no doubt. I mean, it's been a challenging year in many ways, both individually and collectively. Obviously, we wanted to have a slightly more successful year than the one we've had. But throughout that time, there's been a lot of processing. And I think if you had asked me at different points how I was feeling about the season, but obviously the background to my season was this may well be my last season. You experience the whole spectrum of emotions, but that's the best thing about playing this game is that you get to feel it all and you have great people to feel it with. But I slept well last night. I still feel like I've got a lot to sort of tick off and get through, and then I'm like, get to play a game in the weekend. Great, because still got to focus on that. But I think when you're trying to make the decision and see how you feel about it, there's so many feelings that you don't let in until you've sort of ticked it off and thought, okay, this is what's happening, accept it. And then all the things start rolling in like, oh, I don't have to do that again. And I'll do this and, don't feel anxious about this thing anymore. So
give us an example. What are you most looking forward to?
When I was warming up in Ballarat, I was like, I don't ever have to do this stride again. And but I think at this point you're thinking, I'll never exercise again, which is I actually will exercise again. And we attach, I don't know about you girls, but I do sort of know because you're also in the back line. I attach a whole lot of anxiety to playing. So you probably don't realise that until you're free of it to an extent, whether that's because the mathematical probability of us playing finals is really small or because you know it'll be the last couple of times you play. But I feel like a lot of freedom and I feel content and proud, and I'm sure if you ask me round one next year I'll feel differently, but right now I'm in a place where I'm just feeling stoked and very thankful for the fullness of my career.
I think you actually should have asked the question to the group, how are you feeling about Meg retiring? Because it was a very emotional day yesterday when you announced your speech, and I honestly don't think there was a dry eye in the crowd.
Alexa came up to me, she's like, you almost got me. I was like, okay, mate. I got everyone else. So.
Yeah, well, you definitely got all of us. Don't worry about that.
Honestly, let out an actual sob.
sobbing.
Yeah. Mem heard me.
I will say, I haven't said this is, as someone who grew up being like, how amazing would it be to be a musical theatre performer? Having not
send the crowd to tears.
Not one bit of musical talent in my body, but just like really, I admire them so much. To get a standing ovation,
oh girl, you deserve every bit of it.
I was like, it's happening.
That is amazing. That's brilliant.
I love it. Oh, good on you, Dal. You've obviously done a lot of reflection already, but there's so much more to come. I want to take us back to 2019. Yeah. First time in the hoops, running out here, 19,000 people. Take us back to that first game in the hoops.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I find lots of details around that hard to remember. I remember getting presented with our jumpers and the emotion around that and everyone getting the box together. That was unreal. I remember doing a spoil on the boundary line in front of the crowd. Yeah, and I did the look back.
Oh, once you're at your player.
Yep.
Oh my God, I love this.
The look back. I remember a couple of sorry, this is really getting into it. I remember some ground D50 ground ball exits. Sophie Alexander was concussed early in the game, so that was somewhat of a relief. And then I just remember Sarah Rowe in a contest down here, and then I remember the final siren and how awesome that was.
Who did you embrace in the final siren? Who were you near?
Oh my gosh,
Do you remember?
Teague, I think there's a photo of me and Teague having a celebration together, and then unfortunately Hickey didn't play that game, and I have a beautiful photo of us having a hug after the game because she was captain of the team and didn't get to have that moment, but yeah, that was great. And then just having a great, I can't remember if I got Macca's or something after.
Oh my God, I love it.
Those were the days. But having a great time. I remember Nina played so well. We had that moment with the crowd. Obviously, there's the iconic photo of you and. Gunj was there.
I was in the crowd. I was actually just going to flow into that and say that I remember that day vividly because not only because of the the huge game that it was and the milestone. But I remember being in the crowd and looking at you girls, watching you girls, and especially Meg, like, we're friends now, obviously, but looking then, I was like, this is like my role model in a way that I have never actually had. And to see you girls as like females on the field, like I've never grown up with a female role model. And then that's when I was going to touch into now of the fact that, you know, we have been a key defensive duo for quite a few years now, and you've had some different duos across your time, and all of us here are defenders, so we can't not talk about what has been the role like as a defender for you. How have you felt playing that role? Did you feel you were always destined for that as well?
Well, I started trying to play forward at the Falcons, and then I played forward at the Dogs, and that didn't go so well, and I went behind the ball, and a lot of people said, like I'm sure is true for you as well, that you come from tennis, it's a 2D sport and the game's in front of you and you're best from there. But I've loved everything that comes from playing in defence. Obviously the unit that we get to build together, particularly the partnership with yourself, and you know, I speak about Mads a lot. I feel like those have been my two key partnerships in my career here. So I think that relationship's really special. And then obviously there's a leadership part of playing behind the ball and instructing the team. What I think's funny is when we think back to that first game, I felt really sure of myself in that pre-season, because I'd been in and out of the team. Well, I sort of didn't have a great start at the Bulldogs, played the last 4, got delisted, and my family in the pre-season were like, do you think you'll go to game this, like, are you going to play in this first game? And I was like, yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm confident. But that was my 5th game of footy, which is crazy to think that, you know, I'm fortunate enough to now have played 75, but how many games you get into so quickly now as a young player, but how that can and you know, how confident you feel out there can be dependent on so many things, and also just crazy that we won. I look at teams that have come into the competition now, and their development, it takes them a while to win. We won our first game against an established team.
It's pretty amazing.
Great. But yes, I love, sorry, back to your question. I do think this is, G and I often laugh at my voice notes that I can really go around, but I always know where I'm coming back.
Coming back to
this question that the relationships in the back line have meant the world to me, and I touched on them yesterday. The fact that you get to physically protect each other, physically support each other, yell for each other, play for each other, and every backline and every team sort of is feeling a bit self-important, being like, we're the best line. And obviously for team success, we've got to spread that far and wide, but I think that's because you don't get the highs of kicking a goal together unless you Becky Webb on the weekend. So you sort of draw satisfaction from those parts of our sport, which is great.
Yeah, I love that. Meg, I'm
sorry, I'm just soaking it all up.
Meg, I want to talk to you a little bit about your leadership. You're such a mentor to all of us, and to watch you lead in the way that you do is so inspirational. Do you want to talk to us about getting that captaincy off Mel and when she retired, and sort of taking that and making it your own, and how that's felt the last, 5 years now? 5-6 years. Owning that, and it's just been amazing watching you grow into that. You've always seemed to be a natural leader. I know when I was 18 coming through the competition, and I was just like, wow, of course Meg's going to be like the next captain. Like, it seems so obvious. Tell us a little bit about that and grabbing that and running with it.
I sort of, my full leadership journey, I feel like I gravitated to those roles when I was at school, but I also feel like it's really important when you're leading, or often when you're leading or get the opportunities to, you're feeling like you're bringing lots of competency in your actual role. So as a footballer and that sort of thing. And before I started footy, as I shared before, I was in a great place from a sort of mental health well-being. Like, part of starting footy was to get moving again and have sport re-enter my life. And so then when you then play at the Falcons, and there are plenty, sorry, this is Darwin Falcons, not Geelong Falcons, I wish I started. With so many amazing players in the team, and then I went to the Bulldogs and I was last on the list. So not at any stage there did I feel like a leader. I was still trying to work out how to play the game, and I had incredible leaders in Daisy, Hickey, all of them were amazing mentors for me. And I always think it depends on the group that you're trying to lead. So if I was at a group where Daisy Pearce was in the team, I'm sure Daisy Pearce would be captain. It's all relevant to where the group's at, where I'm at. But I felt that I was competent enough as a player at that time, and felt really engaged with what the club's belief system and identity was, who our group was, that I felt comfortable and proud to take the role and to continue with it. And like I've said, I feel like it's been sort of the fullness of my experience in footy and in life that's allowed me to relate to a lot of people. I feel like in all honesty, I get complimented a lot on how I speak and can speak in front of the group, but that's part of it, and you have to have a willingness to speak and to lead and to say what needs to be said. But I think it starts with your actions, and I feel like I've tried to make sure that that's as much a part of it as anything else. But it changes year on year in terms of who the group is, and the fact that in recent years there have been plenty of people that have led this group together, and will continue to.
Can I actually ask, what do you find the most challenging part of leading?
You can ask that. What do I find the most challenging part?
I think you often say to me it's the part where you've got to actually speak up, say, to your friends of the group.
Yes.
And be like, are you going to hate me for saying this? Or
Yeah, definitely. It's the feeling of, you're right, Gunj. I've said before that I am not immune to wanting to be liked. I think, but in leadership times, sometimes you can't always lead with that, because you won't do what needs to be done. And when you feel it's the hardest to lead, when you feel the sense of personal vulnerability, whether it's I'm in and out of the team, is it still my right to speak, have this opinion, say this thing, when you feel like, am I or aren't I holding up my end of the bargain? And as I said, I started my leadership journey when I didn't question that at all. Yep. I was like, I am one of the best players in this team, and I know that I'm doing all the things that mean that I can help others along the way, or tell other people what to do. When it feels like, is this person is of a similar or better position to me? Are we competing in some way, or is the group going to think that's nice, but you're not in the team, or that's nice, but you're not what you used to be? I don't think I love and trust our group, so I didn't have that thought a lot, but I think it's natural when you're not at your best to feel that.
Yep. It's a perfect flow, Meg, to just touch on the fact that, and you said it yourself, you knew that there was the love and trust of the group, but that was just never questioned. I know the three of us sitting here wanted to reinforce that with you constantly. And the way that you've stood up this season, I said it last week before your 75th, but that's just huge to your character. And you've actually lent into your vulnerability, and with that, the empathy that comes with that. And I know from even chatting, and I know she won't mind me mentioning it, but Bridie, I know she said that across the course of the season, how influential you've been for her, and probably maybe seeing a different side to you. I just think that comes with such great strength to lead by times when things are going great, and lead by times when it's not going quite right. I know that there was more people than those of us in these four walls that were supporting you through that. You've obviously touched on Mads McMahon. Hickey played a big role. But you said at the start of the year you did reach out to them. How have they supported you through this season, and sort of where was your thought process around needing someone outside the four walls for the year?
Yeah, I had multiple people outside, but I feel like all of you will have people in your life that you turn to, and you just need someone to sort of, what I think is really hard in footy is someone who knows the group and the game enough to see how you're feeling, but really rates you as well, will forgive you your sort of self-importance, which you have to express sometimes, and will forgive you for that. Now, I'm sure Mum will listen to this. Love my mum, but I could drop a mark and my mum would say they messed the kick up. I just need some level of realism. Some level of realism about how I'm going. And I would have said before, I had that in my dad a couple of years ago, and I know we've all had that in our dads throughout our time. And I felt that loss last year a lot, and I sort of went to those two girls because I was like, you know what, you love and respect me, but you'll also tell me how it is, and I'll be able to vent in that way. And the other thing that's been really important, and will now be really important as I go on to whatever is next, is just I really feel like self esteem is like transferable across a number of different things. So it was important to me that I had people in the stuff that I was doing in media or in work in other ways give me opportunities when footy was going in a certain direction, and to just feel good about yourself. The best and the hardest thing about sport is the constant feedback that you get, and you're constantly, I think especially for us and for women, aware of all the things you're not doing very well.
Yep.
So if you get a bit of someone pumping up your tyres in another way, that was important as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Love that.
So good.
Do you want to just go straight in with
Oh, yeah.
the last bit?
Finish? Okay. Well, Meg,
Cut that little bit out.
we've obviously had a lot of reflection, and you're going to continue to have a lot of reflection over the next few months to year and throughout your whole journey ahead. But what does the future look like for Meg Mack? What is ahead?
Yeah, I mean,
Still lots of coffee dates, I hope.
Still
and
lots of
I was about to say,
wineries
when you're
and-
talking before,
No, I don't think so.
absolutely not. You're going to have us turning up at your doorstep.
No,
I reckon
genuinely.
it'll be post-training. I'll be like, Meg.
It'll be a rotation.
Like I said to you,
half an hour each.
I'm ready to. You just tell me how it is. I'll be that
You know,
person
you're talking
for
about
you.
the people outside.
Yeah,
you
you
will
are
be
that.
there.
Yeah. I feel like one of the best things, obviously, about this opportunity, the networks that playing football gives you opportunity to influence it, and all those things, particularly at this club, has meant that I feel lucky to have some choice as to what I might want to pursue, whether that's in footy admin, in coaching, in media. I feel like I don't want to narrow that down too soon and still go forward with a mix of those things. I've worked in comms alongside my footy career, but I feel very sure that me and a computer screen and a Word document it served a great purpose, but I got so much satisfaction out of the different schedule of footy, the match day experience, being physical and moving around. So I want to maintain that, and I still feel really passionately about the advancement of the women's game and sport in general. So I don't have a
So it could
definitive
be
answer.
absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, hopefully
But-
it's all those things combined.
You're definitely locked in as a therapist next
Locked
year.
in as a therapist. And not to get too serious, but therapy's helped me a lot. You gotta process these things. Do the work on yourself, girls. No, so sorry, not a great answer, but I will be here.
We love it. All right, Maggie, we thought we'd finish up with a bit of a game.
Okay.
Lightheartedness. Jessie, our producer, is going to read out some...
So it's called Meg Mack Career Trivia, higher or lower.
Okay.
So I'll read out.
Am I answering?
Everyone will be answering. You might have an advantage.
You have a little bit of an advantage. What's it called
Depends how
again, so we
much I look
can
at my own
tell
stats.
so that the listeners know? It's
So it's Meg Mack, career, higher or lower.
career, higher or lower.
Say career stat, and then I'll give a number, and then you say if it's higher or if it's lower. Career kicks, higher or lower than 450.
Oh, I'm going to say.
That's really hard to like...
How many seasons have you been
What's
playing?
Yeah, how many-
450 divided by 75?
75 games.
yeah, true.
7, 14, 20. I'd be like 70.
I'm gonna say.
Seven.
I'm gonna say. Okay. Well,
Well,
I'm going to say hot.
well, we're all going at once.
Sorry.
No one's
All
saying.
right.
so I took the kick-ins for a couple of years.
3, 2, 1. Higher.
Everyone said higher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main logic being this would be a bummer to start. Just look at him. Yeah, go on.
It's higher.
Hey!
191.
491.
Wow.
Love that.
Love that.
Let's crack the 500.
Question 2. Career meters gained, higher or lower than 10,000 meters.
Lower.
Oh, I'm going to.
Lower.
Oh.
You're not meant to tell us.
That seems like a big number. And in recent years,
For a
that has
key,
been
for
very
a
high.
key defender, that's a big number.
But like
But
kick-ins
then
as
you're also
well,
starting
like that's
from-
about 50 metres a kick.
10,000, you reckon?
10,000 meters.
Well, we're all going at once.
Yep.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Higher.
Lower.
Higher for Becky.
There was lower, higher, lower.
No,
Yeah.
I was lower.
Oh, Becky's
Oh,
the only
so
one.
Becky-
Becky's
higher.
the only higher.
The answer is higher.
Hey,
I see how this is going.
10,864 meters.
Love this.
Love that. Excellent.
Go Becky. I'm
It's
winning.
very front-ended, I would say.
Okay, question 3. Career hitouts,
Oh my God.
Oh, here we go.
higher or lower than 10?
Did you ever take ruck in the D50?
Oh, great.
No. Okay, I'm gonna say
3, 2, 1. Lower.
That was correct, but it was 7.
Get her in the ruck.
When would that have been? Do you have any recollection?
I really
Were you thrown in the ruck?
I
I don't
reckon.
think so.
I reckon I've
Was it
hit.
at the Bulldogs?
It was earlier in your career, yeah.
Early in the career.
I reckon I've hit over your career, Reedy.
You got no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt.
Good, you've probably hit over
I got
career
you
in terms of
covered.
clearances.
No, I got you. So, this week, I mean, try not to be salty, but they're like, good.
Was it
I was like, I've had multiple this year.
Was it in D50?
In the middle of the
there's
ground.
been a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be an easy one, but career Geelong games, higher or lower than 72?
Oh, she played 4 for the Bulldogs because her 5th game was Geelong.
So it's lower.
lower
3,
than
2, 1. Lower.
Oh, Becky, you gave the answer away.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's the point. We
great.
discussed.
We discussed, yeah. Got to educate the listeners.
Okay, so everyone, sorry. Becky still leads. Career games against Richmond,
More than 5, did you say?
higher or lower than 5?
Ooh, all right. 3,
Wait,
2.
whoa. There's no thinking time.
I know, but then it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah, I've thought.
Oh. Then how many, what's our number? We're higher or lower than 5?
5.
Yep.
My
3,
instinct would be to say 5.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Equal.
Higher.
Oh, lower. Lower.
The answer is higher. You've played Richmond 6 times.
Said high.
Did you say higher? Oh.
We have played Richmond quite a bit, but I was like, I was really thinking 5 as
Same.
well.
I think
'Cause
at
I reckon-
least 2 here and at least 3 there.
No, I've been here and we've played them like 4 or 5
yeah,
times.
Okay. Good work, girls.
Alright. Career goals,
Oh, here we go.
higher or lower than 3?
3,
2, 1.
Lower.
Higher.
Whoa,
Lower.
I wasn't ready.
Okay, do you know the actual... I know the actual answer. Do you know
Is
the
it
Is it
1 off the
equal?
50-metre penalty?
Or is it?
Or is it 2? She kicked 2.
She missed one last year.
I'm going with 1 goal.
I'm going with-
I didn't get shepherded on the line.
You, maybe 1 at doggies and 1 here. So I'm going lower.
Oh, so 2.
Did I nail it?
I didn't know about the dogs, but I,
thought it
knew
was
1 here.
4.
I remember you telling
I
me.
thought you kicked 4.
That's about
Yeah, well...
1.
At
Strong
this
career
moment-
as a forward.
Yeah.
I said lower, by the way, Jessie.
Yeah, so everyone's on 5, Gunja on 3.
I really don't know you well enough, do I?
You're on coffees this week.
Yeah.
Episodes of To the Final Bell hosted, higher or lower than 70?
Hosted.
Oh,
2 seasons?
No. It's
Lower.
like 3.
Oh
at
no,
least.
we're talking men's season here, aren't we?
Yeah.
3,
Lower.
2,
Lower.
1.
Higher.
Lower.
Higher for Becky.
I said higher.
It's higher, 75.
Oh my God! How's that?
Wow.
How's that?
That was those 2.
That's a lot of talking, Meg. Sorry.
Wait, how many do we have to go? 2 to go.
2 to go.
Need to catch up.
Alright.
Becky has not dropped one. Well done, girl.
Oh, I have.
Career McDonald's commercial.
I was going to say order.
Are we counting reruns?
Oh.
You might actually know this more than I do. I've just guessed.
Low. 3.
3,
Wait, what?
Higher or lower than 2?
Oh, 2. Oh.
3,
2, 1.
Higher.
I'm just thinking the 1.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
sorry.
fine.
I was thinking how many times it
I
goes
said
on the
lower.
TV. No, that's not what it
Who
meant.
said higher?
Well, that's what I thought. of.
I've pulled in front here, haven't I?
And I've got one up.
What was it
I
again?
also said lower.
Hey, Macca.
Yeah, hey Macca,
Hey,
yeah.
Macca.
Hey, Mac.
That's right.
Jeez, that
It
was.
got a rerun, but it was the same
Did you
ad.
get free Maccas?
Didn't get free Macca's. Got that bag
But she
that
could
I
have
use all
paid
the
for.
time.
She could have paid for Macca's with
Could have
it.
paid for Macca's for a while.
Can we guess what Meg's Macca's order would be on a night out?
Oh my gosh, that's not even. That's not okay.
Kidding.
The last one, seasons as Geelong captain. Higher or lower than 5?
3, 2, 1. Higher.
6 is correct.
Yeah.
So wait, Meg's come through with the win. She knows herself. She knows herself.
She's a self-assured girly.
Teach you anything, know yourself, girls.
Know yourself.
Gunj 5, Becky 7, G 7, Meg 8.
Well
And
done.
how many? 8 from 8? Or was it 9 or 10? No, don't worry.
I just like to let listeners know that I know more about your personal life than your footy career, so it's fine.
Well, the answer there is lower.
Well done, girlies. Well, Meggie, thanks for joining us as always. We're super excited to go out and play do main training in a bit,
Yes.
in a couple of hours with you.
Yes.
And then play will most likely be your final game on Saturday. We're
Yes.
super excited and we love you dearly. You know how much we love you and yeah. I don't want to say too much because I'll probably cry. So we love you.
All right, I love you girls right back. Thank you for being the best.
Thanks.
Thanks,
See you,
Maggie.
darling. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Fast Twitch Energy Drink is from the makers of Gatorade, developed with over 100 milligrams of caffeine and electrolytes to help you physically start fast and focus the mind to get your workout ready. Available in cool blue, grape and strawberry lemonade. Proud sponsors of the Girls podcast.
Welcome back, guys. That was just beautiful to listen to Meg. I could just listen to her all day, every day. I don't know about you girls, but
She's the best.
I think we'll really miss her.
I was forgetting some of my questions because I was just staring
Oh,
at her.
you were getting the eyes going. I'm like, all right, come on, G. You're up. You're up. Here.
You're next. I was just taking in everything she was saying.
Yeah, so, but we have to move on, and we're going to move on into our YTG MVQ of the week, our Queen of the Week. We are not going to announce the current overall leaderboard because we are going to do that at our BNF in a few weeks.
Yes,
So
I think tickets will go on sale soon up here in the social club room. So if you guys are looking to, you guys will find out who the MVQ is. But if you want real-time access, come to the BNF.
Yes. So we will this week, though, announce our Queen of the Week. So we are going to go through our 3, 2, 1s. I might kick us off, girls, with my one vote this week is Rachel Kearns.
I love this.
I was right behind her when she did that slide tackle to save a goal, pretty much, in the conditions, brought out her soccer game. We've been playing soccer all week, mind you, at training.
True, maybe it's
so
why,
fun.
I think so.
it came out.
So, I thought it was like an awesome thing to do, and she just absolutely nailed it. So, she has my one vote this week.
I love that. My one vote this week goes to Bridie. She was back in the
That's
team
a
this
great
week,
shout.
and
Yeah,
she had an
awesome.
amazing couple of efforts on the wing. Up even near our forward 50, she did a really amazing contested ball win, and that's something that she's been really working on and constantly getting feedback around to get her back in the team. And for her to have our first win, I didn't even realise on the weekend in the hoops was really special. So I wanted to shout out Bridie for her amazing work on the weekend.
Awesome.
That is such a good shout that
Yeah.
I almost want to change mine, but I'm not going to. So
I thought we would have a good little
Good spread.
spread this
Yeah.
week, especially for the ones.
I agree.
absolutely, my one vote went to Darbs this week.
Yeah,
As you mentioned, Gun, her mark of the year, but particularly she had a bit of time off the ground, and I think they said to her, for this last quarter, like we need you to give us everything that you've got, and she did stand up in some really key moments for us when I actually didn't even realize how close it was after Fitzgerald kicked that goal.
Yeah.
Neither did I. I
And
think
then-
because I had kicked quite a few points.
Yeah.
When I looked up and it was 5 points, I was like, duh.
I think it was because everyone came and swarmed her and got around her, and I just looked up at the scoreboard and I thought, oh, okay. But Darbs really stood up in those moments, and took some really strong marks and sent the ball forward. So well done, Darbs.
Awesome. All right, moving into my 2 votes. We touched on her just briefly in the review before, but my 2 votes goes to Nina this week.
Nice.
As we said, her contested work, her ability to shut down Blackburn all day, but also influence the game. I thought, she did awesome. So 2 votes for Nines.
Sorry.
Still got the
You
yawns.
got the yawn
Oh, you got
back.
the
My 2 votes this week goes to our Jackie Parry. I know we hyped her up before in the review, and all those reasons why I actually came up to her at the end of the game and I said, Jackie, I think that's the best game I've ever seen you play in terms of you played the conditions superbly, your ability to mark it in the air, your body work on the ground, your ground balls were clean. I think she just had an all-round amazing game and really kept us in the game for us. So good on you, Jack. 2 votes for you.
She gets another 2 from me for all of the same reasons. I also love the one that Dan showed in our review the other night. Yes, the review at training yesterday, where she was out of position and she always finds a way to still fly and bring the ball to ground.
Yeah.
And that I find very impressive when she should just be out of the picture.
2v1s, 3v1s.
Yeah,
And
she
still
can
manages it.
keep the ball live and make it a contest. So well done, Jack.
Awesome, Jack. All right, throwing it to our 3 votes. We may as well call this episode the Meg Mack episode because
We can all agree. 3 votes from all of us.
Yeah,
from all
3
of us.
votes from all of
3
us.
votes from Meg Mack. It's not a bias on defenders at all, but she just played an awesome game, as we spoke about, and as we have spoken all episode about her. I just think her ability to come back to a strong leadership self again. In her 75th game, really stepped up in her milestones. Her kicking, her spoiling, her marking, everything about it.
I think we can mention a moment in the game was that
Oh
fist
my
over the line.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Spoil over the line. It was just textbook, but only Meg could achieve
Only
something.
Meg could do that.
Only
That's
Meg could do
actually elite.
You
She
know-
was a good 10 metres away from the goal line to get that purchase and send it well over even everyone's hands. Like no one touched it as it went over the line.
I hate to tell you girls, but that is a Roger Federer backhand volley especially. She would have done many of those in her career as a tennis player too. So well
that.
done, Maggie. Well, I guess.
Where does that take us to?
Let-
oh, no, wait,
no,
we can't say.
can't
Oh, my
say.
gosh.
We're not
I'm
sorry
not even
about-
going to have a look actually.
But
I don't
I'm going
wanna
to
see.
announce the Queen of the Week.
Oh,
Obviously, I want to give a shout
Ovie.
out to our second place though, Jackie Parry, one on Jack. But our Queen of the Week, again, the Meg Mack app. It is our Meg Mack.
We should have
Well
kept
done,
her
Maggie.
outside the doors so that we could have
Should've told
presented
her.
her on the screen.
Awesome.
Love it.
But we will obviously, like I said, announce the overall leaderboard at the BNF. And we're really excited to crown our winner.
Love it, girls. All right, we'll have a quick break thanks to Gatorade and we'll come back to chat a little bit about our last game against Melbourne.
Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Start fast with zero sugar, over 100 milligrams of caffeine and electrolytes. Are you ready to hit the twitch? Available in cool blue, grape and strawberry lemonade. Proud sponsors of Yeah the Girls podcast.
Alrighty, guys, we're back and we'll have a little bit of a chit chat about Melbourne this week. We jumped the gun last week,
I know.
but Claudie, 50 games this week, darling. How are you feeling?
No, I feel good. It's funny. I actually remember when I got picked up by the Cats for the first time and I said, if I make it to 50, I'll be happy.
Wow.
But I want to change that now. I want to make it to 100.
that would not be enough.
It's not enough for me.
You're only
but,
just getting started, babe.
I can tick one box as well anyway. So that would, got to get through main training, obviously.
Get through main training
but
tonight, but you've got some family coming on Saturday, I assume?
I think I'll
Lots
have
of Croatian.
Yeah, I think we'll have an influx of attendance this week probably. But yeah, I think both grandmas are going to come too, which for them
That's
to
so
make
sweet.
it out of the house at 9 time is a big thing. So
nice.
yeah, pretty excited and have a few family and friends there too, which will be nice.
I love that. And how are we feeling, girls? Last home and away game for the season, there is like a 1% chance that we could make finals. It's been one of those years, right, where we rode the ebbs and flows of the season. But it always sucks when you get to this time of year and you're seeing these teams making it in through to finals or locking their top 4 spot in, and it's because that's what you want to play for. That's what you train really hard for each year. But it is another opportunity to pull on the hoops, celebrate Meg for another game, and you know, enjoy those assets of football. And I know we've all had different things going on in our lives, but it does make you reflect and be like, how privileged are we to play footy for one and get to enjoy that as well.
I couldn't agree more. I actually had briefly chatted to K-Rock yesterday and they sort of asked, like, how do you stay motivated when you kind of get to this point for all those, you know, reasons that you've said, Becky. And I think it was reminiscing when we sat out the other week on the oval in a circle and we did sort of reflect and regather our thoughts on how we're going to make the last few weeks really count. And looking around, whether it is the likes of someone like Meg, retirements, there's going to be potentially trades, there's going to be some that come off the list. I sort of look around and go, we only have a short amount of time with this exact collection of personnel. So I kind of said there's always a reason to still play for something and enjoy this last part together because you don't know what changes are going to come. And if I'm looking out the deck right now, it's stunning. It's a beautiful day. And there's going to be so much to celebrate. So it's kind of like, what more do you need to get us motivated, you know?
And I've often looked back and I always think, like, when we're in this period where it's like, what do you play for and things like that, I look back at how I feel sitting in the team meeting in round 1 and knowing how quick it goes. It flies by. So just trying to soak up every bit that you can, whether it's training, game, pre-game, all that stuff. Because we don't get it again for another year. So
No, you're so right, girls, and all those reasons. It's always exciting to play for Geelong and play each week, and so privileged in that aspect. But you know, I almost feel like we play quite well when there's no pressure.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
sometimes
Agreed.
we can put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect or win or whatever it may be, but you know, even off the back of last week, just having so much freedom and no pressure of conditions and trying to be something all the time. So I'm excited for this week to really just hone into us, enjoy it. Last home game in front of hopefully a great crowd on a Saturday night.
Night game.
How good.
Yeah. Hopefully some fireworks. Be cool.
Fireworks for Gunji's 50th.
Do you know, I would love to almost come out. I've missed, we got shown the video once.
Yeah.
All of our, those that turn up, our supporters would know what gets played before our pre-game. I want a little TV inside the race and I want to soak the whole thing up before we run out in the ground, because it is cool when it's played under lights and everything, that the whole shebang and the production that goes along with it. I want all of it.
I want
this
the
week.
theatrical.
Yeah. Let's be extra present this week, girls.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining in, everyone. For the girls, we've had an amazing episode, a lot of reflection, a lot of love, and I know you guys always appreciate it as well. Let's wrap up the episode next week. If that 1% chance doesn't happen. And we'll get back to you guys and have a really nice reflection. So thanks for joining in.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.